The Air Force is responsible for directing environmental cleanup actions in compliance with the Comprehensive Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act, or CERCLA. The CERCLA process ensures the protection of both people and the environment at each contaminated site. The CERCLA cleanup process is made up of multiple steps: the preliminary assessment, site inspection, remedial investigation, the feasibility study, the proposed plan, the record of decision, the remedial design, remedial action, and the long-term operation and maintenance. The first step in the CERCLA process is the preliminary assessment site inspection. At this time, an installation is surveyed to determine which activities may have generated hazardous waste, what those wastes were, and what was done with them. This is done by reviewing old records, interviewing current and former employees, and inspecting the installation itself. When a specific site is discovered where chemicals may have been released into the environment, preliminary soil and water samples are taken and a determination is made whether or not investigation is warranted at each site. If a site poses no significant threat to human health or the environment, then no further action is taken. Step 2 is the remedial investigation and feasibility study. During the remedial investigation, monitoring wells may be installed and samples of soil, groundwater, surface water, and sediment are collected for laboratory analysis. The remedial investigation, which includes human health and ecological risk assessment studies, determines which wastes are present, where they are, whether they are moving into the groundwater, and whether there is a risk to public health and the environment. A feasibility study is conducted if risks from site-related chemicals are above the Environmental Protection Agency's target risk range for human health or the environment. Based on data from the remedial investigation, the feasibility study determines the best technology for cleaning up a site to protect both humans and the environment from contaminants. Step 3 is the proposed plan. This plan presents the remedy for protecting people and the environment at each site based on information developed during the feasibility study. The plan then summarizes the contamination problem and the protective options. At this stage, the plan is presented for a 30-day public review and comment period. Step 4 is the record of decision. Once the public has had a chance to review and comment on the selected alternative, a record of decision, or ROD, is issued. A ROD is a formal decision document that outlines the agreed-upon cleanup action and is then recorded for the public. Step 5 is the remedial design and remedial action. The cleanup alternative identified in the record of decision is accomplished in 2 steps. First, a remedial design is developed and approved. Then the actual cleanup, the remedial action, begins. The remedial design is an engineering phase that designs the remedial action, which is the construction and implementation to treat and remove contamination. An important milestone in the cleanup process is the remedy in place. At this point, the selected remedy is in place and operating properly and successfully to meet cleanup objectives. The site is monitored to ensure that the selected remedial alternative has worked. Further sampling and analysis may be required to confirm that the site contaminants are no longer present above acceptable action levels and to begin site closure activities. Step 6 is the operation and maintenance of each site. These are the long-term activities that ensure the remedial actions are maintained and functioning properly until they are completed. When the cleanup process is finished, or if the investigation reveals that cleanup is not required, a site moves into the response complete category. A site does not have to go through the entire phase of the CERCLA process to achieve response complete. The CERCLA process ensures the protection of both people and the environment and has proven to be an effective tool in addressing contamination at Air Force bases nationwide.